You guys, I don't even know what to say. I want to thank Terry because he doesn't let me do a video without barking himself into it. Today, I am going to give you all the answers to your Oscar ballot because I'm an Oscar expert. I know what I'm talking about. Side note, I don't actually know what I'm talking about. First things first, I'm going to start out with the supporting actor categories. Best supporting actress is a very tight race and can go one of two ways. As far as best performance overall, I really think Alicia Vikander in The Danish Girl was a better performance than any of the other actresses in this category. Now, Winslet was really good in Steve Jobs. In fact, all the acting in Steve Jobs was really great. The movie itself was just okay. She gave another great performance. It's just what she does. Getting the bronze in this category, Jennifer Jason Leigh. She's been an actress for a really long time. She found a really great role and totally deserved to be nominated. Rooney Mara, who was fine in Carol. I didn't love Carol. I'm just gonna say that. As a film, I just didn't love it. And Rachel McAdams also in the congratulations, you should just be honored to be here category. Doesn't really stand a chance. Should win, Alicia Vikander. Will win, Alicia Vikander. Moving on to the supporting actor category. I really think this comes down to two types of performances. One is Mark Rylance in Bridge of Spies. He is a scene stealer. He's not in the movie a lot, but what he does do, he makes completely memorable. The second type is Sylvester Stallone. He's on camera a lot, but he is definitively a supporting character. It is far more subtle and nuanced, and there are things in his performance that, upon a second viewing, I was able to appreciate that I wasn't able to the first time. For instance, Rocky can't read very well. It's brought up quite a bit in Rocky 2 and then brushed over from there on out. But he's never been known as a very smart person. There's a scene in Creed where Rocky is giving Creed exercises and writing down how long to do them and what to do. In that, there's just a tiny little moment where Stallone hesitates to spell the word shadow. It's not a big moment. You might not have even noticed it. It really put into perspective how well Stallone knows this character. I actually put Tom Hardy third. A lot of other polls and odds have Tom Hardy fifth. I thought his performance was much better and more memorable than the other two in the category, Mark Ruffalo and Christian Bale. So who should win? Sylvester Stallone. Who will win? Sylvester Stallone. Rocky's about to get an Oscar, son. Best original screenplay. Ex Machina was wholly original. It, to me, is the definition of an original screenplay. It took completely original ideas and turned them into something magnificent on film. It was brilliant. That being said, Spotlight is the favorite to win. It did win the Writers Guild Awards. Probably will win the Oscar, mostly because it's important. But I just felt there was something missing. That gotcha moment. That gotcha, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch. Bridge of Spies, really good. They should just be happy to be nominated. Inside Out, also really good. Dark horse of the race would actually be Straight Outta Compton. This is a movie with a dominantly black cast and a black director. It was written by white people. Good job, Academy. Way to celebrate diversity. I bet that'll take some votes away from Spotlight because they're both based on true stories, and the Academy, again, will want to honor a film that only got one nomination and probably should have gotten more. So don't be surprised if there is an upset in this category. Who should win? Ex Machina. Who will win? Spotlight. Adapted screenplay. The Big Short is the favorite. Like Spotlight, it won the Writers Guild Award and is a very topical movie. The other nominees, Room and Martian, could sneak in there and take it. The Martian was written by Drew Goddard, who directed Cabin in the Woods. And so me, as a nerd fanboy, I would love to see him get some love. Should win The Martian. Will win Big Short. I'm gonna skim over the technical awards because here's what you should do on your ballot. Are you ready? Pay attention. Any technical award, and I'm talking about these, should be won by Mad Max Fury Road. I think makeup, visual effects, cinematography, sound editing, sound mixing should all just go to Mad Max. I thought The Revenant was really good. The cinematography was really pretty. You could really tell they spent a lot of time on that. I preferred the grittiness of Mad Max as opposed to the prettiness of The Revenant. So in my opinion, Mad Max should win all the technicals. As far as cinematography goes, should win Mad Max, will win Revenant. I will stop for visual effects. Mad Max should win, Mad Max will win. I am so happy that Ex Machina was nominated because it wasn't a big explosion movie. And for a low-budget movie like this, it was done so well. I'm really happy that it was nominated. Foreign language film should win Mad Max. Because I didn't understand what that guy was saying under here. It was like Australian Bane in the desert. Nah, just kidding. I actually didn't see any of the foreign language films, so I have no room to talk. I will say, as far as original song goes, look for Lady Gaga to win. So Lady Gaga is totally on her way to an EGOT. Did you define that correctly? Good job. Animated feature, granted I did not see all of the Inside Out will win. It probably should win, although I did hear really great things about Anomalisa, and I would love to see it. I just didn't have a chance to. Original score is gonna go to Hateful Eight. It was done by this guy, who I don't have in front of me. And let's get on to the big ones. Best Actor. Alright you guys, here's what it comes down to. Leonardo's gonna win. He is gonna win based on a body of work. He is gonna win because he was really good in this role. I'm happy for him. Good for you, Leo. Finally! That being said, if Sean had a vote, here's how it would go. Bryan Cranston for Trumbo. In a single year, I like to look at who had the best performance without considering the robberies from past. Although it is hard to argue that Leo was ever really robbed of one. I will say he was robbed of a nomination for Django because he was really good in that and probably could have and should have been nominated and maybe even won. All of his nominations, he was up against guys like Daniel Day-Lewis. Who was gonna beat that guy? No one. As a whole, Leo impresses me as an actor. This performance was really good, and I'm not going to be sad if and or when he wins for it. In my opinion, Bryan Cranston transformed himself more for Trumbo than Leonardo DiCaprio did for The Revenant. He grew a beard, and he didn't talk, and he grunted, and he did a lot of physical things that were hard, and I don't want people to think that I'm taking away from his performance because it was really good. Bryan Cranston had to do more as an actor, to stretch himself more as an actor, make his character believable more than Leonardo DiCaprio. Again, this is just my opinion, and that's a fact. Michael Fassbender was really good in Steve Jobs, but again, the movie itself wasn't great. Matt Damon should be happy to be nominated. He carried the movie, but he didn't overpower any of the scenes. Freaking Eddie Redmayne. Someone's gonna have to explain this guy to me at some point. I did not approve of his win last year. Michael Keaton should have won last year. The man was freaking Beetlejuice. Sure, he was fine this year. Like, alright, give him a nomination. Alright, whatever. Sure. What can I do to get nominated? Oh, I know. I'm gonna play someone who can't move. Oh, what can I do now? LGBT issues are really big. I bet if I did something like that, I'd get nominated. And his singing sucked in Les Mis. Let's just throw it out there, okay? Russell Crowe was bad, but Eddie Redmayne's was also very bad. That's right, I said it. So, who should win? In John's opinion, Bryan Cranston. Who will win? Leonardo DiCaprio. Best Actress comes down to a one-woman race. It's Brie Larson. That's it. It's just Brie Larson. She's just gonna win. She has no competition, and it's better that way because her performance was just freaking great. She's also from Sacramento, just like Sean. Her performance in Room was heartbreaking. It was a powerful movie. She gave a powerful performance, and it is a movie that sticks with you. She absolutely deserves it. For argument's sake, let's go over the other nominees. Cate Blanchett for Carol. She's good. I didn't like that movie. It was fine, but meh. She's a really good actress. Jennifer Lawrence for Joy. I really liked her performance in this. She's good in basically everything she does. Saoirse Ronan. That name. Her. In Brooklyn. She was fine. According to the experts, the only one that could overtake Brie Larson, but I just don't see it happen. I'm really surprised this is her first nomination. She's been around like a really long time. Maybe, I don't know, I guess she's been around like 45 years? You see what I did there? That's funny. So should win Brie Larson. Will win Brie Larson. Best Director. This race actually comes down to two directors. Alejandro Iñárritu, who won last year for Birdman, or George Miller, who is a first-time director nominee for Mad Max. The other nominees, Lenny Abramson, Adam McKay, and Tom McCarthy, should be happy to be there, but I don't see any of their movies in the winner's circle. So it really comes down to what voters like more. Personally, George Miller with Mad Max were just far and away better than anything else this year. I would argue it's the best picture of the year. Others may argue otherwise. To me, it's hard to argue against his directing efforts. Iñárritu, while very good, I felt wasn't as influential as a director this year as he was last year. Should win George Miller, Mad Max. Will win George Miller, Mad Max. Best Picture is super wide open this year. I think it could be won by one of 5 movies. These are my spirit fingers. Room, Brooklyn, and Bridge of Spies, while all good and have their own voting base, I don't think stand a chance. The Revenant won the Golden Globe. The majority of the Guild Awards went to Mad Max. Now that puts a lot of voters on Mad Max's side. But the Screen Actors Guild, who holds the biggest majority of voters of the Academy, voted Spotlight Best Ensemble. The Big Short won the Producers Guild, normally the best indicator as to who is going to win the Best Picture. As I said before, the DGA also went to The Revenant. 4 movies collecting individual guild awards. It doesn't narrow it in any. I'm throwing in The Martian as having a chance because it's a well-loved movie, it made a lot of money, and Ridley Scott was robbed of a nomination. The Academy Award use a preferential ballot, and what that means is you pick your favorite movie and then rank the other 7. You rank them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They tally the vote. The movie with the least amount of points gets nixed. So they cross it off your list and they re-tally until it's down to one movie who has gotten more votes than any other. It's complicated. That's how they want to do it. They feel like it's more fair than just the one most votes period wins. Because that totally worked for the Shakespeare in Love beating Saving Private Ryan year. That's why I think a movie in the middle, unlike Mad Max or The Martian, could sneak in and win. Instead of having the most number 1 votes, they may have a ton of number 3 votes. So because of that, on my ballot, I am going for an upset. I am going with should win Mad Max. Will win Mad Max. But like I said, one of these 5 movies will win, and don't be surprised if it's The Martian or The Big Short. It could be the only win The Big Short has all night, and it could be Best Picture. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and hope your Oscar parties are super fun and super safe, and I will make a video for next week telling you all how I did, and congratulating myself for being amazing, and you know, the usual. I want to thank my mom. This isn't even an actual Oscar. I totally tricked you. It's a golfing trophy from 1961. I'm moving to